Welcome back to Sims Complete. I'm your host, Matt Sims, along with the GOAT himself, Phil Sims, double sticks. That's right. I called you a GOAT, young man, but you look great. Look at Lombardi's in the background there. The old Iron Award, right? Big Phil's Iron Award they used to hand
Iron
out
Man.
to. And then what else is that? Is that the John Madden Award too that's hanging over your head too up there, right?
Yeah, probably is. Let's see. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Where is that thing? Yeah, that might be it up there.
There's two versions of it. Yeah. You got your
Yeah.
microphone next to you. Hold that microphone up next to you there, Big Phil. We need to
But
hear that beautiful voice.
yeah, you couldn't hear me now. Yeah, I got two Madden trophies. One when they got really big. I weighed it on TV, I think 2 years ago. I weighed like 27 pounds. And then I got a little tiny one. I guess they got tired of making those big ones. And it weighed about 7 ounces for real. So,
Well, I
but
appreciate it. John, didn't hold back on the materials there with the first heavy one,
well,
27 pounds. That's a heavy trophy to dish
yeah,
out.
listen, it took many years. I had to break him down. I finally broke him down where he had to put me on the team. So,
Yeah, that's good. That's
yeah,
good. Well, hey,
it's
that's
good.
what we do. That's what we do here in Jersey. We just weather everybody
Yeah.
down. And hey, this show is brought to you by FanDuel. Really excited for this football season. FanDuel is going to be sponsoring our show all season long, Big Phil. So, hey, get your pockets, get your wallet ready to go. We gotta make some bets. We gotta deal some wagers out there, some over-unders, all that kind of jazz. But yeah, excited that FanDuel is supporting our show, Sims Complete on the Believe Network. And let's get into it, man. It is week one. Got a lot of exciting matchups here this weekend. And we're going to start, right? I know everyone's excited about some of the games that are happening, but we're going to start with the Packers and the Lions, big guy, right? Packers,
Okay.
Lions. Packers, as of right now, are Super Bowl favorites plus 700. Is that too high or just right? Hey, we'll see. But with the addition of Micah Parsons, that has drastically changed their odds in their favor. Big guy, your first thoughts about just this matchup going into it? Packers, Lions, what are some of the storylines or some of the things that we should be paying attention to?
Okay, I think the big thing is I want to see the Detroit Lions defense and see how many guys are back from all the injuries they had last year. And of
Right.
course, Aiden Hutchinson is the big one there. And then for the Green Bay Packers, can Jordan Love get back on track? I mean, I see people on TV. He's going to be the MVP this year. Why would you say that? What did he show us last year that was, I don't get it. It's so, and then he had whatever he did in preseason wasn't much, but that doesn't matter. It's about this game.
Yeah.
So I want to see Jordan Love kind of get back, be more aggressive throwing the football. And if he does all that, if he's the guy I think he can be, then Matt, they're going to be super good. So that's just my first thoughts.
Yeah, and it just seemed like the Detroit Lions, they've been so close, obviously last year, just battling through injury and all of that. Are we kind of forgetting about them as being one of those heavy hitters in Detroit? Because a lot of the conversation has been about J.J. McCarthy, Minnesota Vikings, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, of course, Micah Parsons, the Green Bay Packers. Do you still feel like the Lions, although having a new offensive coordinator and John Morton and a new defensive coordinator and Kelvin Shepard, you still think that they have a chance to make a run at the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, I mean, the head coach is still there, and an offensive line is really good. Oh, and they got running backs. They got a couple good receivers. I wish they had a little more there. But, listen, they're going to be Jared Goff. Jared Goff, whatever you think of him, I didn't think he was whatever going to be the guy that he is now. But he's under Dan Campbell. There's just a new life to him. He's a tough guy. He's a leader and all that. So I would think Detroit has as big a what's the word for it? They want to, it's in their throat. That's what I'm trying to say. It's trying to come out. Okay. They're tired of hearing about everybody else. Nobody talked about Detroit this offseason.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. And we know one thing, they're going to be tough as hell. So that usually works pretty well in the NFL, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. You got Gibbs and Montgomery in the backfield still. So I think John Morton is going to lean into that great offensive line that you're talking about and those running backs. I expect Jamison Williams, to have a really big breakout year and kind of be one of those fresh faces that takes over for the Lions offensively in a lot of ways with their explosive plays. Tyleik Williams, another guy, rookie out of Ohio State, is going to be playing a lot of that interior part of the defensive line along with Aiden Hutchinson. Excited to see the young man from Ohio State get out there and play as a rookie for the Detroit Lions. All right, now switching gears, we're going to go to, our boys are in blue. The New York Giants are going down there to Washington to play the Commanders. And I got to tell you, I'm really excited about just what we saw in preseason. I know we get too hyped about preseason. Don't worry, it totally changes when the season starts. But just Giants look better. They look refreshed. They got great energy and enthusiasm, right? This offseason, the quarterback room has really bonded. Jameis Winston's presence has been absolutely just tremendous, I think, for all of the quarterbacks and for the team. Russell Wilson and his steadiness as just a veteran has been awesome. And Dayball, just a new life with Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart. The list goes on. Big Guy, your thoughts on Commanders Giants week 1? Who do you give the edge to in that matchup?
I would almost give the edge to the Giants if it was up here in New York, but it's not. So I think that's a big issue. I look at the Commanders and I think this. Yes, the quarterback was terrific. The coaching was really good. But let's be honest too. They were lucky in quite a few games. I mean, just luck, pure luck. Malik Neighbors drops a pass. The Philadelphia Eagles drop a pass. Game's over. They lose them both. Oh, and the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So but the thing that, if you're a Giant fan, and we are, and I'm just going to do it a little bit more from the Giant side, their defense is fast enough to hang in there against Jaden Daniels, his running, and everything else. And he won't have all day to pass, because I do believe in that pass rush. And my last thing is this about the Giants. They have a lot of veterans on the offensive line who didn't have great years last year. And you know what veterans do the year after they don't have a good year? They're mad as hell. I mean, they're pissed. Yeah. And I think the Giants' offensive line is just like that. So I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I won't be shocked if the Giants beat them, but I just hope it's a close game too, for watching it, having fun, and the Giants can show us there's some promise there.
Yeah, really excited about just the additions this offseason, right? Of course, in the draft and also in free agency with Paulson Adebo. That's a great addition for this defense. Javon Holland, the veteran safety added to it. But, of course, Abdul Carter and his explosive off the edge to go along with Kayvon Thibodeau, with Brian Burns, right? With Sexy Dexy there in the middle. I really do expect this Giants defense to be that much better this year and to help guys like Bobby Okereke and Micah McFadden play fast and be aggressive and utilize their skill set in space a little bit more. So excited for those. I felt a whole lot better too as soon as the Washington Commanders traded away Brian Robinson. I really do. Now their main running back is Austin Eckler. We'll kind of see how they divvy up those reps between the running back room. Really excited to see Coach Cliff Kingsbury in his second year as the offensive coordinator, and where does this offense evolve now? Where does it go with Jaden Daniels being in his sophomore season? You know, are we expected the sophomore slump, or is he going to continue to get better and better? I agree. I think that they'll still be really good offensively, but I also agree with you in the sense that we'll see if they can, grit out a lot of these tougher games that they, as you said, hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good in certain situations. But that definitely played into the factor for the Commanders. And yeah, unfortunately for us, FanDuel and everyone, we're Giants fans. So you can't really take our opinion too seriously here with this matchup just because it's personal. ZipRecruiter. Find a great candidate to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You get too many resumes and not enough candidates with the right skills or experience. But with ZipRecruiter, you cut through all that stuff. You get to the people that you need fast. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Check it out. ZipRecruiter will take care for all of your hiring needs going forward. All right, now it's the Ravens versus the Bills, or in a lot of people's minds, it's Lamar versus Josh, right? The Ravens are a team that a lot of people are thinking is going to make a Super Bowl run this year. And, of course, every year, right, with Lamar as their quarterback and, of course, just how talented they are on both sides of the football. Really excited for this matchup. Big Guy, what are some of the things that you're looking for in the Ravens-Bills matchup this weekend?
Well, I don't know if I started this conversation, but I said it months ago. I did. And I hear it, of course, now it's on every show. And they say, it's the best roster they've ever had. And rah, rah, rah. Well, okay, yeah, I said it months ago. I'm going to say it now. I know this coming from them, from somebody I know, whatever, that this is it. If they can't do it with this roster, then it's never going to get done. And they got to feel that way. I mean, come on. All these great years, great games, Lamar, Derrick Henry. Well, we got the best offensive line in football. Oh, we're huge on defense. We're coached well. Man, it's got to get done. And I would think the only thing that I see with them maybe a little that can hold – if their run defense again, it has to be really good. If it's not, that really affects. It's amazing how it affects their team so much.
Yeah.
So I expect them going to Buffalo. I'm going to say this one, that it's a game that they should win, and they're the better team still, I think, on paper. So we'll see how it goes, but that's kind of what I think. To me, it's almost a make or break year for the Ravens.
I understand exactly what you mean by that, especially with the roster that they have and the way they've built up this football team. What are some ways that Bills can come out in a victory here, in an upset, right? Since you think that the Ravens are the better football team, what does Josh Allen and the boys have to do? Is it more so the defense slowing down Lamar, or is it Josh Allen and making sure that they're controlling the line of scrimmage and the tempo of the football game?
No, I think that's it. I think the Buffalo Bills need to control the tempo, run the football, be tough. They did that kind of, and that's how they won the game in the playoffs last year. And I know everybody thinks, oh, Josh Allen, throw the ball deep. And no, he's become a tremendous game manager.
Right.
And, everybody thinks a game manager is bad and they can't. No, it's a compliment to the 100th degree that they just now running the ball, a lot of short passes, a lot of easy completions. And, maybe that'll be interesting too. Maybe not just in this game, but some moving forward. Can the Buffalo Bills, with their receiving core, present big plays or give Josh Allen for those big plays down the field? So we'll see. And, but the Ravens, they got all the ingredients, and putting it together, of course, is the hardest thing to do in the NFL. But I'm going to go out and limb. I think they will put it together, and I think they're going to beat the Buffalo Bills too.
And they're also one of your Super Bowl favorites here too, as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I had them last year going to play the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay,
that didn't quite work out, but I was a little close. And I'm picking the same two teams to go back. In other words, I'm going to do the same one. I think the Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles will be in the Super Bowl when the year is over.
All right, well, there you go. You heard it first here all the way in September. Big Phil just believes that much in the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, and I'm with you. I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from, and I expect big things from Baltimore in this matchup as well, so looking forward to that one. Now, let's switch it up again. We're going to go with the Steelers versus the Jets, and it's the homecoming here for Aaron Rodgers, right? What a sweet 2 years it was in New York for Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, but now he's off with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, and wearing the black and gold, looking good in it. Aaron Rodgers coming back. I know this game, hey, it's personal, right? We've played football before. Hey, you played football before, Phil? I think so, right? Is the game personal sometimes?
Always.
What do you think?
Every game's personal. I mean, come on. You go in the game and basically, I'm sick of looking at this team all week long, and I think they're not as good as everybody thinks, and we're going to show their ass on the game, and that's how we do it. Getting all riled up about it is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't want to even ruin it. Here they go, and I hear, they're not looking at hey, no matter what you do, in the back of your mind, you can't get it out. You won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're going to act like we never won a game in our lives. Well, the human mind doesn't work that way. There's something back there. It's a safety mechanism. We're okay. We won last year. We just lost a tough one a couple years ago. So, So the Pittsburgh Steelers, can't wait to see Aaron Rodgers. I think the most thing about this with the Jets, I want to see Justin Fields in his Jets uniform. Didn't really get to see him in the preseason. I expect to see the real Aaron Glenn on that on that sideline. I think he's going to coach both sides of the ball. And if you mess up, I think you might hear something about it on the way off the field, and he's got to be who he is. And that's who he is. He learned under guys that this is how they coach, and telling the truth is a good thing. You just got to get the players used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, just started off his Jets tenure pretty aggressively, basically calling in Aaron Rodgers across the country to sit him down and basically cut him right there in person. So of course, both sides here want to make sure that they come out of this early week one matchup proving that they were right in the situation, right? And that's ultimately what it goes down to. For the New York Jets, do you feel like, are you concerned about Justin Fields, the lack of throwing in preseason, and do you think the Jets can be a playoff caliber football team, being primarily and dominantly run heavy throughout the football season with Justin Fields a part of that rushing attack?
Well, look, we didn't see their offense all preseason, of course.
Right.
We didn't. We didn't see it in the scrimmages with the Giants. It was vanilla things, and we just didn't see much of him.
Right.
So I think we know who he is. And I say this all the time. He doesn't hit all the short, ordinary throws, the ones you absolutely must hit in the NFL. But when you get to 15 to 20 yards down the field and farther, that's when I think he throws the football the best. When he can just let it go as hard as he can throw it, he's pretty accurate, and he can make really special throws. But, you don't get many of those in a game. You win with all the nuts and bolts of what you really are on the offensive side. And so I was really disappointed he didn't play more in preseason. I don't care what anybody says. It's great to get under center as a quarterback. And you look at the defense, and maybe that first preseason game, you go, damn, do they have 12 or 13 on the field? Because it just looks different. And then all of a sudden you get a little experience, man. And I know too. You go, man, looks like they're playing about 10. We're going to do well. And we didn't see that. And of course, the other one I'm really anxious to see, Aaron Rodgers, from the physical standpoint and just how he plays the game. Will it be really aggressive? I hope it is. So it's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers, Arthur Smith, that matchup, right, in that QB room and how they dial it up. Do you feel like we're going to see a little bit more of a Arthur Smith type of offense, or is it going to be what we saw with Aaron and the New York Jets? Well, here, it's kind of, there's two stories here, because Aaron, the beginning of the season last year, totally different than Aaron at the end of the year. Yeah. Right. Who do you expect, right, to see early on this season? Are we going to see that aggressive Aaron that end of the year last season, or what we saw in the beginning of last year?
I think we'll see that guy. Look, he's still going to have all of his little plays in that he likes. Right. The quick throws. He sees the defense. I don't even know if they even communicate and say it. Everybody looks, the corner's off. Let's run a quick screen or flip it out there real fast, which Aaron Rodgers is great at. And don't overplay if you're a corner. I'm just warning you. If you overplay, he's going to throw a back shoulder every damn time. And he's arguably probably the second best one ever in the history of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so
we're supposed to ask me who's number one.
Who is the number one?
Well, hell, it's me. Are you kidding? I think more back shoulders than any human ever played football.
Well, technically, you invented it. I really do believe that you invented the back shoulder, or at least you just made it a little bit more of a routine play in the NFL, especially with your connection with Mark Bavaro.
Well, yeah, everybody, even the receivers got great at it. So I'm having a little fun here. But we did throw a lot of back shoulder throws.
Yeah, and you kind of had to, since the wind and all that. And
that helped.
Pretty gnarly. So,
but it's the old saying. I told this story many times. Mark Bavaro's covered. I don't throw it to him. And Parcells says, "Why didn't you throw it to Bavaro?" I said, "He's covered." He goes, "Sims, don't you know when he's covered, he's open?" So that was the logic we had with the New York Giants.
Yeah. That sounds like a Parcells coaching.
Oh, it was. Right, it was. And the sad thing is, I go, God, you're right, Bill.
Yeah. I love it. All right,
enough of that crap. Let's go.
Yeah, enough of that nostalgia stuff. And then let's end our conversation with this before we get a little lightning round of picks. And
all right.
We got Minnesota versus the Chicago Bears. Really excited about this matchup. Of course, we're seeing two young quarterbacks, same draft class, two coordinators / head coaches that really are at just the top of their game. Your thoughts and what you're expected to see from the two young quarterbacks with their new offensive coordinator / head coaches making their premieres.
Okay. Well, we know with Mr. Flores on the defensive side for the Minnesota Vikings, that is such a big key in every game they play.
Yeah.
And I would think, since Ben Johnson saw it twice a year, that he's going to have some answers to it. And I have no doubt that Caleb Williams is going to be a different quarterback this year than he was last year. Of course, the play calling, the leadership of Ben Johnson, that's going to help him tremendously. And, he's embarrassed about what went on last year.
Right.
But the other thing is, too, he's a damn rookie. Quit judging him like he's supposed to win the Super Bowl in his rookie year. That's what people do. Oh, if he doesn't play well, they might draft another quarterback next year. Oh, my God, get fired. That was stupid. Come on. It's so stupid. But I like what little I saw in preseason, and I think he's going to answer the bell and do well. I think J.J. McCarthy, I think I have a lot more faith in his first game with Caleb Williams than I do with J.J. McCarthy. I know the receivers they got, the coach and all that, but still I like Caleb Williams to find a way to win.
Yeah, interesting. And yeah, you really could flip a coin in this situation. Both
Yeah,
guys are extremely talented. Both guys, come into a season with a lot of expectations, right? And heavy burden because we expect a lot out of them. And fortunately for both of them too, they have just great resources in that quarterback room, talking them through these situations and guiding them. So either way, no matter who wins or loses, I think week one, the good thing is Caleb Williams. It's the start of this new process with Ben Johnson. I expected to get it better each and every week. For JJ McCarthy, just really excited to see how he looks in the Minnesota offense. Is it slightly adjusted for Kevin O'Connell and how he goes about it? He's going to run the football effectively or be patient running it. Hey, Ben Johnson wants to do the same thing too. So
yeah.
we're going to see, I think, two football teams almost mirror each other a little bit and how they try to get their young quarterbacks incorporated into the game as quickly as possible in this really awesome division matchup to start the year.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
The big thing that would worry me if you're a Chicago Bear fan and all that is what blitzes that Brian Flores got ready to go. I mean, I
All of
watched
them.
him early in the season last year, and I went, what does he do? Is he getting a lot of rest and calling these plays, or he's delirious from all the work, and he's got these really creative ways to get to the quarterback? I mean, it really is. He
Yeah.
showed me things last year. I can't explain it here quick enough, but I just go, I don't think I've ever seen that. And, Matt, we've seen everything and every play in the NFL we see. But when you're doing something that nobody's done yet, man, that's a good advantage for a few weeks until they figure out how to adjust to it.
Yeah, it definitely is. And an advantage defense, I would say, in the month of September, just because
Yeah.
the offense is very difficult to create any chemistry or rhythm since you just have a lack of time playing on the field. So lack of time on task, I think, sometimes favors the defense to be a little bit more overly aggressive and to win some of those matchups because there are no tendencies yet. And offenses are still kind of just finding out what they're even good at. Big Eye, let's go to a little lightning round here
All right.
with some picks for
Let's
this
do it.
weekend. We're going to do everything that's happening on the 7th and 8th. So don't worry about those other games that we have. We're going to start off here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Atlanta Falcons. Who do you got in that game?
But tell me where the home team is. I don't have it. It's not my.
We're in Atlanta. So Tampa
Atlanta.
Bay at Atlanta. I'll do a better job of that next time.
That's okay. That'll help Atlanta a little bit. And man, did they just destroy Tampa Bay last year in Atlanta? But
Yeah.
I'm Baker Mayfield. I'm all over it, man. Tampa is a really good team, and they got a leader, a player, everything you want in a quarterback is Baker Mayfield.
I hear you. I got it. I'm going with Michael Penix, the young second-year player
Right.
from Washington. So expect him to do well and duel it out with really going to be one of my favorite division matchups here going forward. Going with Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons
Yep.
in a close game here at home. All right, so now going to the next game. We got the Bengals at the Browns.
Right.
Bengals at Browns. Who you got in that matchup, big guy?
Well, I'm gonna take Cincinnati there. It won't be easy. They're going to score a lot. I think that Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns, even in the preseason, seeing the rookies play and everything like that, Kevin Stefanski, man, that pen doesn't run out of ink for him. Okay, and he's got the Mad Bomber in there again against the defense. It better be Trey Hendrickson. I know that if he can't get to the quarterback, this game will be close no matter what. I believe in that. But if they don't get to the quarterback, Cleveland Browns will upset and beat them.
Yeah, this is one of those weird games too, where Cleveland does beat Cincinnati every now and then, but I am also going with Cincinnati in this matchup. So I expect the Joe Burrow and them to be sharp on offense and to get through in a close football game on the road to start the year. Now we're going to the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts for the first game of the Daniel Jones tenure as a starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Who you got, Miami and the Indianapolis Colts?
I'm going to take the Colts in the game. Daniel Jones, we're going to just jump on that bandwagon one more time. And, I think their offense, don't laugh.
I'm
the
sorry.
Offensive line, I think he knows how to distribute the football. I think he's learned a lot being down there with a new coach and a system that I think fits him well. And, I look at the Indy defense, and I just think that it's good enough in that stadium, which is loud as hell. I think the defense is going to be able to hang in there enough. I'm taking Indy.
All right, I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this one. I'm just going to go with the fact that head coach, quarterback, a little bit more time together in this process. I do feel like Tua and them got a little bit of like that chip on their shoulder, a little PO'd about how the offseason went, the whole Tyreek thing and all that. So I'm kind of curious to see how this game comes out. I think this is a flip of a coin one, but I am going to go with the Miami Dolphins here to start the season. All right, so now we got the the Las Vegas Raiders against the New England Patriots in New England. Who do you got, big guy?
New England right away.
Okay.
New additions all over the field, everything. Second year for the quarterback, new coach that is just entirely different and has the charisma and everything, connects to the players. I think New England will be energetic as hell. Drake May, second year. Mike Vrabel, I think they win the football game. They might even win it easily, too.
Ooh, okay. All right. Bold pick. I like it, though. But I'm also going with New England in this one. Just traveling across the country and all that. I think Vrabel and the boys will be ready to go. And, yeah, excited to see Drake May in this new look offense. But, yeah, going with the New England Patriots. All right. Now we got the Arizona Cardinals against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Who do you got, big guy?
You know, it's amazing. I really try. But it's hard to, like, connect to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like nobody ever talks about them on TV.
Yeah.
So I can't even steal a thought or two. But saying that, I mean, this is the second year it's right. Second year of the coaching staff or third?
Third.
It's the third. Gosh, dang, it's sad. It goes too quick. But I think they got enough key players there. I'm being really broad range here. Yeah. I think they're just tougher and better, and they should win the game down there, no matter what situation has. Now, we got a quarterback playing for New Orleans, Spencer Rattler. He's played a little for him. He did last year. But if you can't beat the Saints and this quarterback, then it's going to be a long, long year.
Yeah, I think that's really ultimately where I go. I just believe a little bit more in the Arizona Cardinals. Their starting quarterback, the situation that they have, James Carter, Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, Michael Wilson. I expect also the defense to perform well, too. This is a defense that plays hard and really just kind of fail late in football games because of lack of talent at times. I feel like to kind of close out football games, I expect the Arizona Cardinals to beat the New Orleans Saints on the road in that match.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, big guy.
Is it McBride, the tight end?
Yes, Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends in the league, baby, no doubt.
Oh, my gosh. When I do watch him, I can't take my eyes off of him. Because he's just a ball of energy, and, you know, it's just he's got everything you want. So, yeah, he is hey, Arizona, man, it's like they're nobody knows they're in the NFL hardly. But this might be the year where they wake everybody up.
Man, that's a tough statement to say there or hear from.
Well, it is. I've been watching this all morning, working in here, and I haven't even heard the slightest word about the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, come on. You watch all these shows, they're never talk. They're going to have to start out like 8-0 before somebody pays attention to them. So, of course, I'm being sarcastic, but
yeah, I mean, but not really at the same time. All right, let's change gears here. Honestly, if you said it earlier, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, Dad. Not the first time that's ever happened. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, safe to remove, your personal data online at time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off of your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment, but now you can protect it and your privacy with Delete Me. Delete Me is very important this day and age with all the things that we have online. Delete Me is the resource you need to protect all of your rights in that sense. Steelers, Jets in New York. Who you got?
Oh, we didn't pick the game.
I don't think so, no.
I'm going Steelers.
Steelers. All right, on the road.
Steelers. Yep.
Agree. Doubling down on that one. Steelers on the road against the Jets. All right, Giants, Commanders. All right, should I just say we're going Commanders? Yeah. Giants. Okay.
Upset's coming, man. Here it comes.
All right, here we go. Yep, let's go. Giants, Commanders. We got the Giants. No surprise there. All right, Panthers, Jaguars in Jacksonville. Who you got in that one?
Jacksonville.
Okay. Yep. I will also go with you with the Jacksonville Jaguars on that one. Titans, Broncos in Denver.
Oh, man. This game, I'm taking Denver. The Mad Bomber. No, it's not the quarterback. It's the damn coach. It's bombs away. Here we come.
Yeah.
It's like he's the golfer. You got to hit it between the two trees and around the bend, and you got to hook it, and it's got whatever. And he goes, yeah, I can do that. Let me try it. That's Sean Payton.
That's right.
It's everything on the wall. And you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying all too
dang.
well. But yes, going with the Broncos in this one. 49ers in Seattle against the Seahawks. Who you got? 49ers Seahawks, big guy.
Ooh.
Oh, he's getting tight. He's getting
Yeah,
tight.
I'm getting tight because I'm gonna go Seattle.
Okay.
I say that with very little faith. But yeah, no. I wish Sam Darnold would have played more, whatever. But I'll take him. Home field, new energy there with the football team and all that. The 49ers got a lot of new guys, and they're going to work them in. So I'll take Seattle in a really close one.
All right, I'm going to go with the 49ers in this one.
Okay.
I just think that the reunion, of Saleh, Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, all that, like I think they're going to be a little sharper. So I'm going to go with the 49ers in this one. All right, now we got Lions, Packers in Green Bay. Who you got in that one, big guy?
Ooh-wee. I'm going to go to the Packers. Okay. I don't have great faith. I just, listen, let's get it where it's got to go. Jordan Love's got to get back to trying to be an MVP title play quarterback. I haven't seen it in a while. It just makes too many wild throws, misses throws. And I know he's like a darling to everybody in the media, but I didn't see it last year. And then he got a little nicked in preseason. But saying all that, I'm going to take Green Bay. The energy, Micah Parsons, if he plays, I don't know if he will be have an effect or not, but I'm going to take Green Bay because of their home field.
All right, I'm going to go with Detroit in this one, really just because of the fact that I feel like the entire Packers wide receiver room has been dinged up, nicked up, and we're relying on Matthew Golden essentially to be like the guy, right, for them right off the bat. And I think that's just a tough, tall ask for a rookie in his first start ever, right, against a really good football team. I'm going to go with the Lions on the road in this one.
I've heard this story or this take.
Yeah.
The Packers receivers are hurt. I mean, what the hell is going on up there? But to me, it just seems like a lot of injuries and a lot of little knickknacks that keep these guys to keep them from performing the way they should. So here we are again with Green Bay.
I mean, basically everyone's questionable except for Matthew Golden and Romeo Doubs. Those are the two healthiest guys on the list. Now, they still have two fantastic tight ends, right? And Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. So I expect them to still be a really good offense and still be able to attack you. But yeah, just a little concerning for me as far as just depth and being able to really be aggressive offensively. So
we understand.
But yeah, hey, either way, I think it's going to be a great matchup. Texans Rams, Big Phil. What do you got? What do you think?
At the Rams?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Me too. Doubling down on the Texans. Let's go. Speed player. I'm totally with you on that one. I expect them to be really sharp to start the football season too. And we'll see kind of how Matthew Stafford looks health-wise as far as movement and all that. Really curious to see that goes. All right. Ravens, Bills, Phil. Ravens. Bills. Yep, Ravens. I agree. Going with the Ravens too. Even though it's on the road, I expect the Ravens to be PO'd in this matchup. And then we got the Vikings, Bears in Chicago. All right. What do you think, Big guy?
I'm taking Chicago.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Ben Johnson. It's coming true. We're finally got a quarterback in Chicago. It's been so long. We haven't had a 4,000-yard passer ever. Well, they're going to get a lot of those this year. Good quarterback play, 4,000 yards in the air or more. And Ben Johnson, they're going to get it done, him and Caleb Williams.
They are going to get it done. They're just not going to get it done in week one. I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. I think your boy Brian Flores throws some wacky stuff out there against the young cat and causes just absolute mayhem for Caleb Williams and for the Chicago Bears. But, yeah, hopefully they can block well in the run game and kind of, balance the game out just a little bit that way. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings that one. Big guy. Excited for the football season. Any other notes or thoughts that you'd like to add to the cap of the show here?
No, I'm not. I'm all thunked out. I mean, I got no thoughts. And but you know what? Here's what I want to. Sunday.
Yes.
TVs, games everywhere. We're going to watch, and you're coming over.
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving our opinions when the game is over. Like, well, this team lost because terrible calls by the coach. Stupid decisions on game management, and the quarterback he couldn't hit anybody. I don't know, whatever. But you know what I mean? Hey,
Yes.
this is not the first game. I don't know what it is, but managing the game by the coaches, they don't have to manage preseason games. Or if they do, I didn't see much of it. But
Yeah.
I think it's a big deal. All that just make it. I can't even imagine. I coached an all-star game once, and it was 4th and 1, and everybody's standing looking at me. What's going on? He goes, "Well, do you want us to go for it or punt?" And I go, "No, I never thought of it until right now." It's so much that goes through your head.
Well, what'd you do?
We went for it and scored, of course.
Attaboy. That's what I wanted to hear, Phil.
That was even before. That was before analytics. If I'd known analytics, maybe I couldn't have done it. It said, "Don't do it. It's 49% chance that you won't make it."
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, hey, this show is brought to you by FanDuel. Really excited for the football season here at Sims Complete and the Believe Network. Sponsored by FanDuel. They're going to be taking care of us all year. We're going to be a little bit more aggressive with odds and some picks as well as the season progresses. Big guy, great start to the season. You the man. Can't wait to see how we do in picks. Let's get it started already with the picks. What's going to be our what are we battling for here? Is this like a free trip somewhere, a dinner? What do you think? How do you want to do this?
Well, just let me know your pain threshold. That's all I need to know.
All right. Well, I'll review that and I'll get it back to you.
Because you know how I grew up with the family, the big family. We gambled on everything: cards, this game, that game. So, and it was all in fun. You could sit there all night and take a beating. You lose $1.50. So it wasn't bad. But
spades and blitz. With the family, unfortunately, a lot of money has been lost throughout the years, and that's why you told me to go Division I because you weren't paying for college. So I get
right, okay. All right, we'll figure it out this week and let everybody know what the hell we're up against here.
That's right. I'm Matt Sims. He's Phil Sims. This is Sims Complete on the Believe Network, sponsored by FanDuel. We'll be back next week for more action. See you later.